Hey y'all. So I want to talk about my Navy boot camp experience. And possibly give some tips. So first, boot camp wasn't hard. You know, when you're going through it, you're gonna hate it. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, why did I decide to do this? But once you actually make it, you're gonna be like, it wasn't that bad. Like, you're hating it. You're hating every moment of it. It's sucky. But like, once you actually graduate, you're like, low key, it wasn't that bad. I was just overreacting. Like, I was just being a baby. This was just something new to me. But it's not like hard. So that's the first thing. Depending on how much time you have before you ship off, because there are some people who ship off immediately, and there's people who join the DEP program and do that instead. If you're in a DEP program, definitely be working out. You know, work on your push-ups, your plank, and your running. You will have an easier time in boot camp if you work out beforehand. Everybody was telling me to, and I definitely attempted to run and like do cardio. I did attempt to do all that, right? But as the time got closer and closer, I stopped. Like, I was running and jogging every day, and then once it got closer to time for me to actually go, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just live life. You know, I'm gonna just have a good time, and then whenever I get to boot camp, it's gonna be whatever it is. But don't be like me. I still made it through, as you can see. But yeah, if you can have an easier time, you definitely should try to be disciplined and run more so that boot camp isn't as hard for you, so that you don't end up injured or having to stay there longer than what you have to recovering from an injury. Second thing is, if you are E1, E2, I definitely recommend you get a leadership position, because if you get a leadership position, you have the chance to rank up. However, to rank up by having a leadership position, you also have to be good on the physical side. So you can't be like, can't do nothing, not doing none of the workouts, not at least a little physically fit, and then you got that leadership position expecting to rank up, because they could say no. It still is up to your RDCs, your leadership, to choose who gets to rank up at the end. You know, it's not everybody who has a leadership position that will rank up at the end. So the first leadership position is RPOC. You're basically going to be the leader of the entire division. You are the head. So you will be telling people what to do all the time. And it'll be your decision on certain things, a lot, that the RDCs will leave in your hand. When there's conflicts within the division, it's going to be your job to try to get those people together or figure out what's going on and resolve those conflicts before somebody actually goes to tell the RDCs and it becomes something bigger. So you are a leader. The second leadership job is AROC, which is basically the vice president, the second hand to the RPOC. The AROC also like sings cadence, like the marching cadence that you guys will do. They will be the ones that call it out and like sing the songs that you guys will march to. So you don't have to be like a singer, because a lot of great AROCs are men, and they can't like sing like Chris Brown or nothing, but they sing, like it's just like regular. I'm trying to think of somebody who I can think of that. Drake sings, but he doesn't really sing. Like, he could sing, but he can't sing. So that's basically, if you can just sing, you don't have to be a singer, but if you could just sing, borderline sing, you can do it. It's more so about keeping your tone and your pitch and having and being on beat, having like rhythm when you do this. Yeah. So those are the top 2 leadership positions. Also, next up would be yeoman. So a yeoman basically is a secretary. You handle like people's appointments and stuff. Like you're in charge of like keeping track of people and what needs to be going on. Like if so-and-so has like if like 4 people have like a dental appointment on this day, one person has an appointment in the morning, another person has a medical appointment in the afternoon, your job is to basically have all that stuff like on a calendar written down. Of course your RDCs are going to help you. They're just not going to say here's the info, but they're going to tell you like what to do, what needs to be done, who needs to do what on what day, and you have to remember, write up those appointment slips or whatever so that these people can go. So you're basically like a secretary, you know. I would say if you want a leadership position but don't want to be like a leader, go for yeoman. You're gonna be with the RDCs all the time, a lot of the times like in the office, because you're gonna be handling paperwork and all that stuff. So you're gonna be in the office while people are, you know, in the division, like doing whatever. Like as a yeoman, you will miss a lot of IT sessions, which is intensive training. So whenever you get disciplined, you get IT. As a yeoman, since you are gonna always be busy, you're gonna miss out on those IT sessions. So it's a pro and con to being a yeoman, because the pro is you're gonna miss those beating sessions, those IT sessions. But the con is those IT sessions and getting that physical discipline actually helps you when it comes time to do your last physical test. So if you as a yeoman, your whole day of not doing those training, those physicals, and then your last test comes up, like your PFA, your OPFA comes up, if you didn't take the time to actually, maybe once the day was over, do a couple push-ups, do some planks by your bed before bed, if you already aren't in good shape, you might not pass. Most people pass. It's a high percentage of people that pass, so it's not like most people fail. But yeah, and naturally, even being getting those IT sessions, with the food that's available at boot camp, with the strict discipline and schedule, like when you eat and all that stuff, and having full meals, healthy meals, naturally you're gonna lose weight. Most people lose weight, and the people who are very skinny, like there's a lot of slim girls who actually gain weight because now they're eating more than what they used to, 3 meals a day. So, you know, all of my yeomen passed their OPFA, so if they weren't getting the intensive training sessions, and they all passed. So it's just, if you know you're out of shape, I don't know, go for it if you want to go for it. Have faith in yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, but this is specifically why I said if you are E1 or E2, because the highest you can graduate boot camp is E3. If you're already E3, getting this leadership position, I feel like it's kind of selfish, because someone else could have had it and ranked up, and you're already E3. So why would you take a leadership position? Yeah. Let's see, what else? So there's 2 approaches to boot camp. So the first approach is, of course, get a leadership position. The second approach is to go unnoticed, which I think is the best approach. I try to be as unnoticed as possible. You know, your RDCs will know you by name. They will remember your faces. They will know who was what. Plus with, you know, like appointments and stuff, they're gonna remember who you are. However, you don't want to be somebody who's bothersome. You don't want to be somebody who's in trouble. You don't want to be somebody who's arguing people. That's not going to be a good boot camp experience. Not only are you going to get IT'd more, maybe sometimes RDCs don't IT you. They will IT the entire division and make you watch. Now, you have to live and go to sleep every day next to people you got in trouble. It's not going to be a fun experience for you. So, if you want to just make it through, just make it through. If you want to possibly make more money and get that rank up, definitely choose a leadership position. It is solely up to you. I mean, there are other leadership positions that you're gonna know in boot camp. You know, there is someone who, the religious PO, but they organize, like, they know when the chapel services are, the different services, whether it's like Christian or Buddhist or non-denominational, something like that. They know like the time for those, and they work to see how many people need to go and do that. So, but you know, that's like on a minor scale. Like, I don't know if a lot of religious POs rank up, because you don't have to be I don't think you have to be a leadership to get the rank up. You could just be someone who doesn't have any leadership role and does good on all of your physical trainings, does good on all your tests, because there are actual written book tests in boot camp. So you could just be someone who's good at all those and then get the rank up. There's people who clean the bathroom. Everybody's responsible to clean. Everybody's responsible to clean, but there are people who decide that they want to clean the bathroom. They actually want to be the bathroom PO, where they'll have a team behind them and figure out who cleans what and make sure that the bathroom is clean at all times. There's also education PO, someone who helps the rest of the division study. You know, someone who gets good grades on their tests. What else is there? Athletic PO, there's someone who is athletic, who, when we do our PT sessions, you know, we do like push-ups, sit-ups, crunches, things like that. Like little, we do those every couple of days. Or is it every other day? It might be that. So we do those every other day. And there's somebody who leads those. Of course, there's already exercises like ready for us or whatever. But the person who's leading it will call out the numbers and when to start counting and when to switch to the next exercise. So those are just a couple. Okay, another tip, so moving on from that, is when you get to boot camp, they are going to be giving you a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that goes in what's called an A and B drawer. The A and B drawer is very small. It's very small. Let me see if I can show you the size. I mean, I might be exaggerating, but think of your A and B drawer as being this big. See it? That thick and this big, like this long. Think of it being that big. Like, I feel like I'm not exaggerating because it's about the size of a notebook. This is about the size of a notebook. See? Yeah. So, a lot of people like to bring things. You know, girls, we want to bring our hair products, we want to bring our makeup. You know, men, you want to bring your certain grooming stuff, like the deodorant that you prefer and all that other stuff. I'm not saying not to bring it. I'm saying they issue you a lot of things in boot camp that have to go in that drawer, that there's virtually no space left for anything that you want. Virtually no space. So, in my opinion, I'd say bring one hair product. One. If you had to choose just one that you have to go with for the rest of your life, whether it be a curling cream, a leave-in conditioner, that's really all things I can see it being. A curling cream, a leave-in conditioner, or hair grease or hair oil. One of those three. It literally, I don't see anything else that you could be choosing. A hair moisturizer, curling cream, a leave-in conditioner, or hair grease. Choose one. You are not going to have space for anything else, I promise you. And when you bring all those things and are not able to take them to you, to where you're gonna be sleeping, you're gonna be very upset. You're gonna be very upset because there was a lot of things that I had to get rid of at the airport when I went. And then there were a lot of stuff that I was able to keep but had to stash away. They taped it in the box. So anything that doesn't fit, that you can't take, they'll tape it in a box for you. And you won't get to see it until the day you graduate. After you graduate. So, like different RDCs are gonna have like different rules, but for the most part, you're probably not gonna be able to open that box until after you graduate. Excuse me. So just imagine you're like, oh, I'm gonna have my face beat on graduation day, and you pack all this stuff. You pack all this stuff for graduation day, and you don't get to open that box until after you graduate. So that face will not be beat during graduation. However, my face was beat, okay? My face was beat because I did end up going to, there's a little store that you can buy stuff at. There's not much options. There's not much options at all. I would say also if you are a darker skin tone, there is not much options as far as concealer. I had no bronzer options, none. The bronzer I'd put on would match the color of my skin. There was nothing darker. So if you are a darker girly who knows how to do makeup, I actually have the makeup that I use, that I bought, and I'm going to show you guys that in a second. But I would say try your best, because at the airport they told us to throw away anything that was glass. So I had to throw away Fenty. I had to throw away what is that concealer? It's a good concealer. I think it's Born This Way. I had to throw my Fenty because it was in glass. I had to throw away my Born This Way concealers. I had like three different things. So let's just say it was a contour color, a concealer, and a foundation. All three of those things were in glass, and they made me throw them out. There was another girl who was in my division who said, I'm not gonna throw my things, like. And then when we got to like our first stop where we were getting our bras and our underwear and our swimsuits, they were like, okay, you need to put everything that you can't take with you in the bag. Like you can't take a comb, a rat tail comb that has the metal thing input. You can't take that with you. You could either throw it out or you could put it in this box. You only get one box. If you want an extra box, you have to pay more money for it. But it's like a box that you can store your things in, like a box that you can hold in your hand. So she didn't throw away her stuff at the airport. Now me, they said throw away at the airport, so I followed instructions. But she did not throw away her stuff away. She literally was like, I didn't throw away none of my makeup. Like, no, this makeup was expensive. And mine was too. But I was too scared to keep it, y'all. But she kept her makeup, and they made her put it in a box. So anything that didn't fit, anything that was contraband, anything that you couldn't have, they let you put it in a box, and you could tape up that box, store it away. You could get it after graduation day. So she got to keep all of her makeup. But if you don't get to wear it anyway, if you can't open it before graduation anyway, what's the point? But like I said, maybe there's some RDCs out there that's gonna let you open that box before graduation. Highly unlikely though. So if you are gonna bring, I believe you're allowed to bring one like eyeliner, lip liner pencil. So you can bring one liner, you can bring one foundation, and you can bring one concealer. You cannot bring anything that has a mirror in it. So if you have like a blush kit or something and it has a mirror in it, you cannot bring it. Like I said, that girl kept her stuff and it had a mirror in it, but she had to put it in the box. She couldn't take it with her. I did throw away my stuff. It was my Fenty bronzer. I did throw that away at the airport. So one, foundation matches you. One concealer. I would do one concealer because then you could do the highlight. Lip pencil, if you want, lip pencil, and then actual lip color. It needs to be something that complements your color, natural color, so you're not gonna be out there wearing red. So like a dark pink for me, a light pink for someone who's more fair skin. Someone who's very pale could probably do like a little, like an orange lip tint or something like that. It needs to match your color. So those are what you should bring. Try not to bring them in glass. Bring them in plastic. Bring them in plastic. Try not to bring them in glass, because if it's glass, they're going to make you throw it away. Now let me go ahead and show you guys the makeup that I bought from the Next, which is the store that you're gonna go to every couple of weeks to purchase things. So this is what I had got at the Next. It is the CoverGirl Outlast 24 Hour Extreme Wear Light Airbrush Finish, and it's in the color 880 Cappuccino. Now, I wouldn't say this is my exact shade, but if you apply it light enough, this could be used for a girly that's one shade lighter than me and then one shade darker than me. If you just apply it light enough, like at the like problem spots, or just do like a very, very light layer, it could work. And if you have a concealer that's lighter than you and then a concealer that's darker than you, maybe for contour, you can always use this and mix that with it. So having this, but also having like the contour, it kind of blended and it looked real natural. And I'm gonna see if I can input a picture of my graduation day photo and my makeup on that day. But this is what I used. So, and that's why I still have it, because like, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. And it gives a nice little beat. Now what else? A lot of people are gonna say study your rank and recognition before you go to boot camp, and definitely do that. Again, I didn't, and I did really fine. But if you're someone who's not good at remembering things, I would say not very book smart, I would definitely start studying from now. I didn't think it was hard at all. They give you a book and you have a lot of downtime to study, and a lot of the things are very basic, but you know, I could see how somebody could be confused. I could see how somebody can forget, you know, it's moving parts. But if you study and you find a way to remember certain things, like, you'll be good. There's so many people in the military and they are able to remember their rank and recognition. If they can do it, if I can do it, we're all humans, you can do it too. Now what's next? Oh, biggest one. This message is for anybody who doesn't know how to swim, but it's specifically for certain type of people, and y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all don't come in these comments because y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you, my sister, my brother. Gotta learn how to swim. Learn how to swim before you get there, because swimming held more people back than anything else. Swimming held more people back than people who failed the OPFA, because again, like I said, that final physical assessment, all these weeks of you training, running, doing these exercises, eating healthy, you naturally will get better. You will be a better version of yourself. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I did not think I would be this tough. But yeah, but the swimming, there were people who got held back for swimming. More people got held back for swimming. And you know what most of the people look like? Me. So my brother and my sister, learn how to swim. Learn how to swim, okay? You gotta learn how to swim. Swim before you go there. Learn how to swim before you go there. The swimming test, I can swim. So let me just say that. I can actually swim, but that swimming test was not easy. And for someone, I'm 5'9". For someone who is short, it's gonna be harder for you because you dive in, I think, a 12-foot pool. So just imagine I'm 5'9", and the pool is 12 feet. So I'm kind of like halfway there. So imagine someone who is 5'2". You know how 5 foot. You know how small that person will be compared to how much water is left, and you jump from, I think, 10 feet. So you jumping and then going down, it's gonna feel like forever for you to come back up. Naturally, you're gonna come back up, but it's gonna feel like forever, especially if you're a shorter person. If you're taller, it should be easier for you to swim. If you are a heavy man, it might be harder for you. But if you know how to swim, you know how to swim. Like, that swim test was like, the swim test is built for survival. So as you're swimming, so here it is right here. Ooh. So as you jump off into the water, swim, 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 swim. A couple seconds later, somebody else behind you. Swim, 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 swim. A couple seconds later, somebody else behind you. Swim, 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 swim. And if you aren't swimming fast enough, these people will swim past you, and that water from them swimming is gonna slap you, hit you back which ways. Okay? And it's designed that way because if something were to happen on a ship and everybody had to jump off, you know, to save themselves, there's gonna be people everywhere. There's gonna be water flying everywhere. The water might be very choppy. You're gonna be thrown every single way. So the swimming test is built for you to survive. It's built for you to survive that traumatic incident should it happen. It's not going to make you Michael Phelps. So I highly recommend that you learn and practice so that you can be Michael Phelps when it's time to take that swim test. You only have to take it once. But many people who look like me have to take it again. So thankfully I did pass on the first try, but it wasn't easy. And this is coming from somebody who absolutely loves water and knows how to swim. It was not easy. It's just like swimming in the ocean. Doesn't matter how good of a swimmer you are, the ocean is different. You have so many things that come into factor. How swimming in the ocean, you know, the wind. If it's windy, the wave's gonna be taking you everywhere. Currents, you know, it's so many, and again, has to do with the wind. So many different things. So all these people jumping in, the water moving different ways. If you're not fast enough, you may not pass. The reason I almost failed my swim test was because I was so heavy. I was heavy, you know, and you take the swim test fairly early in boot camp. So it's not like it was later on when I was leaner, I was heavier, and I was someone who was dormant. So I didn't have any physical activity going on. So coming from not doing much physical activity to then having this swim test, the water's freezing cold, so you feel like tight. I was so tired. I was so tired. I was swimming, and then I got so exhausted that I just like kind of stopped swimming for a second because like I was just so tired and started swallowing water, and I started coughing, and I literally almost drowned because I was just so tired because I was big swimming. So it definitely has to do with swimming skill, but also relax. You don't have to be the fastest person. I was moving too fast for myself, trying to get to the end, and then there was somebody moving faster than me. This guy, he was like 6'4" maybe, and his hand came over and like basically swept me like right here, and the water hit my face, and I was swallowing water. It just was a lot. Take your time and just swim. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Or if you're swimming on your back, just keep swimming. You can take as long as you want. You're gonna hear people passing you. Let 10 people pass you. Let 15 people pass you. Doesn't matter. Take your time. Just swim. 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 So yeah, that's how I passed. I just had to take my time. I was going way too fast for myself, and I was way too heavy for that at the time. I'm trying to think of anything else I need to tell you. I don't feel like editing this, so you guys are gonna hear all my mistakes. You're gonna hear all the choppiness. You're gonna hear me, yeah, just like this. I would also recommend that you become friends with people that are in the same rate as you. So find somebody in your division that has the same rate. I'm not saying that you guys have to be friends, but if you guys graduate on the same day, so if you guys get held back or anything, if you guys graduate on the same day, chances are you're going to be leaving on the same day to go to the same school because you have the same job. So know what rates go to the same A school as you. So if you're in LS, know that you're going to be with PS, RS, and Yeoman at the same A school. So anyone in those rates you should be cool with. So when you guys go to A school, you'll know somebody. You'll have a friend group already because you guys were in boot camp with each other. All right. Also, when it comes time for you guys to look up your orders, you will do that eventually in boot camp. It just depends on your RDCs. Some of them make you guess and wait till literally the last week to find out. But some RDCs are nice, and then they'll probably take you to the computer lab to find out week 5. See who's going to the same, see if somebody's going to go to the same command as you. So after A school, see if there's somebody who's going to be going to the same place you after. That's a hard ask for you to remember, but definitely be friends with somebody who's in your rate. I can't think of anything else. Don't let little things bother you. Ignore people. Like, just ignore people. Like, I know a lot of people in boot camp just like to argue, and it's just like, for what reason? What's the purpose? I get it. If you are like someone who's fresh out of high school or under 21, you still have your young ways with you, but like, just try to be mature. Try to turn the other cheek. If somebody says something to you, if somebody bumps into you while you guys are walking, if somebody tells you to shut up, don't say anything back. Who cares? You don't have to be hard. You don't have nothing to prove to anybody. Who cares? Ignore them. Because at the end of the day, that's going to take you much farther than bickering back and forth with somebody, then both of you guys end up getting in trouble. For real. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to comment down below. Or if you have like my Instagram if you have my Instagram, you can ask me questions there. Or if you have my number, you can text me there. I'd say another thing, the food in boot camp, I don't know what you've heard, but it's not bad. Like, there's a lot of people who love that boot camp food. There's people who would live for that oatmeal they had every single morning. That oatmeal, I never had it because I didn't like how it looked. But people would talk about how fire the oatmeal was. They also have like chocolate chip pancakes, confetti pancakes, tornadoes, which have like bacon, egg, cheese, and like stuff in it, like a wrapped, fried, like roll. And it's good food. There's going to be options every day. There's going to be protein option every day. There's going to be a meat option every day, and usually some type of carb. Whether it's French toast, boot camp got good French toast. Like I said, the food is good. Lunch is good too. It's probably gonna be like a hit or miss on one of those meals, either breakfast, lunch, or dinner. But you will always have at least one of those be like, it was so good. And if you don't like any of the options, there's always a salad bar. There's a salad bar with fruit, yogurts, actual salad, tuna, nearly every day. So even if you don't like what they have a tuna salad. I did that. Yeah, what else? Have a tuna salad. Can't think of anything else. Oh, peanut butter and jellies. A lot of people had like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because there's peanut butter and jelly available every single day with bread. So yeah, there's always going to be something to eat. I'm thinking. I'm sorry. I didn't want to make this long anyway. Oh, pro tip. I know a lot of y'all, well, a lot of people that I knew going to boot camp, they ain't even have insurance. They ain't even go to the doctor like that. So, if you wouldn't go to the doctor at home for whatever's hurting or bothering you, if you would not go to the doctor, mostly because you can't, you probably didn't have insurance at home. If you wouldn't go to the doctor there, if you wouldn't go to the emergency room there, if you didn't think your life was in danger, don't go to medical boot camp. Don't do it. By all means, it's there for you. Use your resources if you have to. But if it's for something petty, don't do that. Don't do that. If you know you had a cough for 3 days at home and you would just get cough medicine, or you would just suck on some cough drops and drink some tea, do that at boot camp. You don't have to go to medical for that. You don't. Promise you don't. Oh, bring your own running shoes. So a lot of people would get like shin splints, and like there are some people who had to get on crutches, some people who had got pushed back because of being injured in some way in like the shins and the ankles. A lot of people even get taken out of training and have to be at boot camp for 10 weeks plus to recover from the injury. So they're going to halt you wherever you were in boot camp. You're going to recover, and then they'll put you back in whatever division is going at time, because your people are going to already graduate, and they're going to put you back at the same time from that you were when you left. So to avoid even getting injured, bring your own running shoes. Bring a pair of running shoes that you like. They have to have laces though. So you can't have like the slip-on running shoes, the ones that have the stretchy band in front. You have to be able to tie and lace them. People who bought their running shoes didn't have that issue with the pain, the ankle pain, the rolled ankle. They didn't have those issues. But the sneakers they issue you at boot camp, I don't know what it is with them, but a lot of people found themselves like getting injured from those. So bring your own shoes. And that's about it. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna stop chatting now, and I will let you guys know about my A school experience soon. Bye.